Hello and welcome to my video lesson 3.3 on length conversion. So length conversion is just unit conversion, and when we are talking about unit conversion, it's really it's quite straightforward. You can have a question where there are more than one conversion steps or more than one conversions happening, and that's really where it can possibly get complicated. So here are some conversions to just notice. 1 inch is 2.54 centimeters, 1 yard is 0.9144 meters, and 1 mile is 1.609 kilometers. Your formula sheet will have that on there, and it might be slightly different. Like this miles, I believe, is rounded up to 1.61 on the formula sheet, but regardless, doesn't really make much of a difference. The point is the same. So let's move on. Okay, so what if Sarah, my made-up person, flew 2,500 kilometers, drove 20 miles when she landed, and walked another 532 meters to her hotel? How far did she travel in meters in total? Okay, what we need to do is we need to know in meters how far Sarah traveled. So first of all, we want to get it all into metric. So kilometers is metric, so we're good there. Meters is metric, so we're good there. The only one that's not is miles, so that's a red flag. So let's use actual red. Boom, red flag. We want to change this into what? Into metric. So closest thing to miles is kilometers. I always choose the closest one. It makes the numbers a little bit easier to work with. And in a second, we'll see that it'll be nice and simple to work with anyways. Okay, so we put what we want to know on top, so the number of kilometers, and what we do know, the number of miles, so 20 miles, and we compare it to our conversion ratio, which is 1.609 kilometers per 1 mile. So again, the last many videos in this playlist, all talk about this process. We put whatever on top is the same as what it is on top. Whatever's on the bottom is the same as whatever it is on the bottom. Okay, then we can take miles and do opposite operators, which right now we're dividing. So we're going to multiply, so we end up putting it on top. So we have x equals 20 times 1.609, which equals, let's just type that in, 1.609, 32.18 kilometers. Wonderful. Wonderful. Okay, so now we are in kilometers. Now we can add it to our other set of kilometers, which is over here. So let's add those two together. So 2,532.18 kilometers, but we want it all to be in meters eventually. So what we want to do is we want it in meters. So we compare what we want to know, which is x meters. We compare it to what we do know, which is this many kilometers. And we compare it to our unit conversion ratio. So in this case, 1,000 meters is 1 kilometer. So if we take this and move it on top onto the other side, which is what we do every single time, every single question, we will have 1,000 times by 2,532.18 kilometers. And this is meters per kilometer, so those cancel. But anyways, we're left with x equals 2,532.180 meters. Okay, this is a pretty big number. 3. Okay. Now we add our final number of meters walked, which is right over here. So we add 532 meters, and finally we get 600, 712. Okay, so 2532, and that's meters total. So how many meters in total did Sarah travel? Well, 2,532,712 meters. So I hope this gives you some idea of unit conversion. It's all the same sort of steps. We'll do one more question up in the top just because we can. Let's think about inches and centimeters because we've done all the big ones. Well, actually, no. Here's a good one. A normal swimming pool, okay, Olympic standard is either 25 meters or Olympic standard is 50 meters. So normal one is 25, but Olympic standard is 50 meters. Okay, how many yards is that? Well, it's a close conversion, but they're not equal. So we're going to be looking at this one in this case. So how many yards is that? So X number of yards is 50 meters. Well, we have the conversion now, which would be 1 yard is 0.914 meters. Then we take meters and we put it on top. So then we have 50 divided by 0.9144 equals 54.68 meters. And the numbers keep going. And what's interesting is that the high school I went to growing up was one that had a pool attached, and the pool was not the standard meter size. It was actually in yards. So instead of 25 meters, it was 25 yards. And we were always told that that is about 23 meters. But let's double check that math. I've never done it before. So let's double check that math right now and see if my swim coach was lying to me back then. So the conversion is 0.9144 meters to 1 yard. So if we take 25, we put it on top. X equals 25 times 0.9144 and 22.86 meters. So actually it was even less than my coach said, but yes, it rounds up to 23 meters. So interesting. The pool that I went to, I grew up at, it was always just a little bit short of the actual proper size swimming pool. Okay, hopefully this video helps you understand unit conversion a little bit better between metric and imperial units. Good luck!